Category, please. Well, what do we have here? Another reason CDs are better than vinyl. And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Okay, you know what I hated about records? They got all scratched and broken after a while. If you've got an LP that's broke, it's probably from overuse. But if you have an album that's Baroque, which of the following composers? The person responsible for the most popular Baroque music is Johann Sebastian Bach. Today's music is crap!
Mr. Bach, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Okay, pick a cat. This one likes to go by, you don't have to be human to be a fetishist. And we got 3,000 bucks in the pot. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. You've invited some porcupines to your orgy. Because it's part of their mating ritual, which sexual practice will the before mating, the male porcupine will urinate on the female. Invite them if you must, but don't put them in the room with the oriental rug. All right, hit me.
1, 2, praise the Almighty 3.
Say hello to, I hear they're putting in an escalator. How does $2,000 sound? Put your tray in the upright position, it's time for takeoff. Which of the following describes in order the musical happenings in the Led Zeppelin song Stairway to Heaven? Starts softly, gets louder, ends softly, starts loudly, gets softer, ends loudly, starts off fast, gets faster, ends suddenly, or starts... The 7-minute, 55-second song begins with a nice soft guitar, gets louder and more intense throughout, and ends with a nice soft vocal. It starts soft and lasts less than 8 minutes. No wonder I relate to that song so well. I need a category.
You can't stop at 3, no, you gotta have 4, yeah!
This category's known as, if you knew Susie like I knew Susie. Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Ready? Now listen closely. Susan B. Anthony was an American suffragette born in Massachusetts in 1820. In 1872, she was arrested and fined $100 for casting a ballot before women were allowed to vote. She refused to pay the fine, calling on her 14th and 15th Amendment rights. So tell me, if Susan B. Anthony paid her fine with Susan B. Anthony coins, how many would Susan B. Anthony was fined $100, so she'd need to hand over 100 Susan B. Anthony dollars. But even she thought they looked like quarters and she refused to use them. Okay, I need a category.
Let's blow this time and head for number 5.
Okay, give it up for big-ass, big-gut-stomping foreign people leader. $2,000 says you don't know this one. All right, imagine Godzilla wants to shave off a few pounds before attacking his next city. If Godzilla goes on a diet and eats nothing but the Japanese diet, what will he be eating? Legislators, monks? Oh, gosh darn it, I was really rooting for you. The correct answer is... Japan's parliament is called the Diet. Yeah, I heard he was going to eat the United States Congress, but it was too full of calories. Or was it crap? Okay, pick a category. Shake hands with. For the last time, there's no Jenny at this number. $3,000 for this one. Flex those fingers, because here it comes. In the early 80s, Tommy Two-Tone inspired everyone to dial 867-5309. Considering the type of numbers that make up the phone number, how could you best describe Jenny? She's a whole lot of fun. She's a natural. 867-5309 are all whole numbers. The reason I wanted to call 867-5309 is because I heard Jenny's 362834. Category, please.
7, lucky 7.
This one's called Brownie Points. $2,000 for a correct answer. Oh, this is great. The girls from Girl Scout Troop 109 are here today, and we're going to have one of them host this question. Okay, Raul, who's the lucky guest host gonna be?
That would be Kimmy Wedbetter.
Fantastic. Come on out, Kimmy. Don't be shy.
Hello.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Kimmy Wedbetter.
You're a grown man.
No, I'm not.
You're at least 6'2". You have a goatee.
Mom says I have a glandular problem.
Yeah, you've got a problem already.
Hey, Cookie, quit picking on the little girl and get on with it.
Can I read my question now?
Fine. Take it away, Kimmy.
Okay. Which of these is not a type of Girl Scout cookie? Chocolate creamies, Samoas, caramel Chocolate creamies are not Girl Scout cookies. But if anyone wants to put in an order after the show, I do have samples of all of the real types of Girl Scout cookies.
Great question, Kimmy.
Thanks, Mr. Cookie. It was really, 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 really fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming, freak. Okay, let's move on. All right, hit me. Hey, all right, guess what you just picked? It's time to play Dis or Dat. And this Dis or Dat questions category is, play that funky music, old white man. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a vice president, a funk musician, or both. As each comes up, if it's a vice... Oh, I see, you've got this thing down. Well, I'll put 30 seconds on the clock then. And we're off. Hannibal Hamlin, Beeper Funky. Spiro Agnew. Bootsy Collins. Walter Mondale. Sly Stone. George Clinton. Last one, James Brown. That's all she wrote. You picked up 5. Not memorable, but not terrible. And there you have it. Let's plow ahead. I need a...
Aloha, question number 9.
May I introduce unsinkable ad campaigns? This one can net you $1,000. Hey, have you seen any of those Titanic TV shows, or maybe that Titanic movie, or maybe that Titanic Broadway show? Well, the Titanic was the first ship to use a particular rescue-related invention. Considering this, which product would be the best choice to sponsor a production about the Titanic? Oh, boy. Hey, got a minute? Take a look at a right answer. The Titanic was the first ship to use an SOS signal.
She sank to the ocean floor, but damn, her galley was spotless.
Okay, I need a category. Hey, guess what? Now you can brag to all your friends that you've been part of a 3-way. Alrighty, here's the deal. Alrighty, no foreplay it is. Let me guess, you're not the slow romantic kind of lover. Well, you asked for it, here it is. The category for this little number is, no, please, inhale some more helium. Which means this 3-way is gonna be about 3 squeaky rodents, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Time to bust a move, good luck.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
Okay, must stop. Can't take it anymore. Looks like we've reached our climax. Now let's see how you scored. Well, maybe 3-ways aren't your thing, but hey, it's always good to experiment. Unfortunately, that won't help your score at this point, but anyway, let's check it out. Well, it seems we're moving on now. Let's see what's up next. 1 down, round 2 to go. Let's get on it. Every question in round 2 is worth twice as much, so we got some serious cash at stake here. Let's get to it. Category, please.
Don't look now. It's question 11.
For your enjoyment, Pirates in Perfect Harmony. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Put it in gear, 'cause here we go. If the Barbary States formed a barbershop quartet, what would you definitely not see? Morocco singing bass, Algeria singing... Oh, that's not good. In case you're wondering, Syria isn't one of the Barbary States. Yeah, I guess the other Barbary States said that with a thin mustache and a candy-striped jacket, it looked like a real dumbass, Gus. Thank you very much. Okay, pick a category.
I'm getting a rating of 12. Over.
Now serving, Jim carrying a woman's angst. Set up straight, this one's worth $6,000. Just step up and take a swing at this one. If Jim Carrey's next movie were called Jim Carrey Nation, about the female turn-of-the-century crusader Carrie Nation, what major scene would Jim most likely perform? Pleads homesteader rights, makes funny face. A militant advocate for temperance, Carrie Nation was famous for hatchetations, or smashing barrooms with her hatchet. But if you think that's bad, it's nothing compared to what she'd do when you left the seat up. What do you... Oh, God! I need a category. Well, looks like this category is...
Must-reach utility belt.
And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Think fast. After defeating Mr. Freeze, suppose Batman and Robin had to take on Mr. Freeze. What tool would probably help them the most in their struggle? A bat chisel and bat hammer, a bat pillow and bat blanket, a bat pencil and bat paper, or some bat self-confidence? It's just tragic. Let's take a look at the right answer. A frieze is a type of decorative wall sculpture.
Take that, Mr. Freeze. What do you think, Robin?
Holy Michelangelo, Batman, you've turned Mr. Freeze into Mr. Freeze-standing pile of rubble.
Okay, I need a category.
Ain't no love like number 14.
Coming at you. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. You know, to get from Swaziland to Switzerland in a dictionary, you pretty much just have to turn the page. But if you take the most direct land route from Swaziland in southern Africa to Switzerland definitely doesn't pass through South America's Guyana. But if you're heading to Swaziland, then you pass through the land of dirty dancing and the country where ghosts like to do pottery. All right, hit me.
Not 14, not 16, you're right in between.
Here we have Spud. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Hey, I hope you've been paying attention. You remember those two countries I mentioned a couple of questions ago? You know, Switzerland and Swaziland. Which of these letters is in both countries' names? T, I, R, or E? You, my friend, are on fire. The letters S, W, Z, L, A, N, D, and I are all in both Switzerland and Swaziland. Thank God somebody has some memory retention skills. Category, please. Uh-oh, blah, 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 blah.
It's time for a flickerish lesson.
One gibberish category coming up. One rude bitch. $10,000 if you move fast on this gibberish question. All right, as soon as you know the answer, buzz in, because I'm taking away some cash every second and a half. All right, this one's for all you kids at heart out there. What popular phrase does this rhyme with? Why, ma'am, snubber, you argue. And remember, ignore the punctuation. First clue, you say it when someone calls you name. Make your move, type. Usually when you say things like, I am rubber, you are glue, it means you don't get along with someone. But have you ever tried getting in a rubber suit and covering your lover with glue? It's quite friendly. Okay, pick a category.
On the big bayou in Louisiana, quest on 17.
pucker up for R&B GPA. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, class, sit up straight and pay attention. In his song, What a Wonderful World, Sam Cooke tells us he don't know much about history. Well, since this is one of the subjects mentioned in What a Wonderful World, Mr. and Mrs. Cooke can probably expect an ugly parent-teacher conference with which of Sam's teachers? His music teacher, his home economics teacher, his geometry teacher, or his... Sam doesn't know much about geography, but he does know that he loves you. Which makes him an excellent phys ed student. I need a category. Open wide and get ready for, shall I compare you to personal hygiene? And you pocket 2,000 bucks if you get this one. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. Say you're a really crappy poet, but you want to write better. Because units of poetic meter are named for a certain part of the body, how might you try to improve your poetry? Clip its nose hairs? In poetry, an arrangement of stressed and unstressed syllables is called a foot. Yeah, no wonder your poetry stinks. Okay, I need a cat. The category? Up and Adams. How does $4,000 grab you? Heads up, here it comes. Imagine that the Addams family is visited by a cousin, Nick Adams. Given the author of the Nick Adams stories, who most likely joined the show's writing staff? Ernest Hemingway, Jack Kerouac, Ian Fleming, or F. Scott Fitzgerald? Kerouac? Beat it! Bet you wish you'd pick this. Ernest Hemingway. You can already see his influence in the Addams Family theme. They're spooky, altogether kooky, they live in a museum, people come to see them. All right, hit me. And this one is, go down, Enos. Hello, we're talking $6,000, so pay attention. Boy, I tell you, those Dukes of Hazzard are always getting into trouble, aren't they? Picture this. While cruising the backwoods, the Dukes wind up in the fictional county frequently mentioned in the works of William Faulkner. If they decided to settle there, what would they become? The Dukes of Ydkj Iii, the Dukes of Ydkj, the Dukes of Kajagoogoo, or the Dukes... You weren't planning on using that cash, were you? Here's what you should have picked. Many of William Faulkner's novels were set in a fictional Mississippi county called Ydkj. The Duke boys all of Faulkner. Never meaning no harm, but ruminating an awful lot about death. Okay, pick... You're about to embark on the attack. Hit your buzzer when you see two words on the screen that match. 2,000 bucks if you're right, 2,000 off if you're wrong. It's not so hard. Alright, fine. You want to get to the attack? Consider it done. You may need this clue. Any identifying marks, ma'am? Let's see if you get high marks on this jack attack. Good luck. It's like I always say, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose as long as you get to play with yourself. Now get the hell away from the computer and go make some friends, cause...
That's a wrap, folks. Give yourselves a little pat on the back. And Raul, are we doing another one of these?
Some people call it the high scoreboard. I prefer to call it the dumb luck board. You want to prove me wrong? Play another game. Let me know when you're ready.
Paper towel you usually use.
Well, how good is Brazen?
How good is Brazen?